So Trump gets us underway. First frame, best of 7. This match at the last 32 stage from the bottom half of the draw. And the winner of this will be back with us on Sunday in the last 16. Matthew Selt, it's just the one last 16 appearance so far this season. Was back in the World Open when he fell 5-2 to Anthony McGill. He could at least equal that with a win here.
Judd's already played on this match table, so that's already an advantage. Well, he could leave the cue ball in the jaws of the yellow pocket. Just looking at that shot now. Yes, he'd leave the cut to the middle, but the cue ball would be going into the cluster. Decided against it. Again, very attacking shot he played there, Judd Trump. Wasn't leaving anything on. If he missed it, had it gone on and gone in, well, that was a very difficult pot. Could have been a frame winner. But that's a good pot from Matt Selt. Across the nap of the table. Needs another one. Overcut it. It wasn't easy, and he knew he was leaving reds on. That added to the pressure of the shot.
Overcut it by quite a long way. And that replay showed, so it was a good opening red, but as Joe said, there's a lot of pressure on it because he knew he was going to be sticking at least one red up for Trump. And he's presented with his first good opportunity at scoring. As Joe's already said, he was on this table number 1 earlier on today when he beat Jamie Curtis Barrett 4-0.
6.
Let's follow that up with a 4-1 win over Craig Steadman.
Always takes the opportunity to go into the cluster and open them up. Had the angle on the blue there and straight into them. And that's opened everything up. Now, may not play for the black here. Pink's available to the right middle. Could play around for the blue and could play for the black, which he did do.
12.
And again, that's a clever shot he's played there, because he tried to push the red towards the corner so that if he does pot the black, he's on the red. But this isn't easy. Oh, at that speed as well. What a shot.
19.
Could only just see enough of that red to pot it. Now, if these reds above the black don't go, then he'll play a cannon into them to hold for that red that is closest to, but they do go. No need to touch them.
27. $28.
Well, we had a quick look at that red. Now he's looking at below the pink. Didn't look as though it went into that left corner, but he was nicely on it, the last shot.
$33. $34.
Jones has the angle on the brown or green to go into the reds. Needs to keep running. And that's nicely played.
38. $39. $46.
Oh, he certainly got hold of that one. Too much, in fact.
47.
He's overdone that by a distance. I'm disappointed with that shot. Easy enough to play the snooker.
He's played the aggressive option at every opportunity so far. And he's not about to stop.
Needs to keep running.
51.
Well, what about that for a positional shot?
And as you said, Joe,
52.
a roll-up there would have been the choice of so many players, and the obvious choice as well. 47-point lead.
He just doesn't know when to stop potting balls, does he?
59.
This is the black that Matt missed. These could have been his.
60.
Just the black needed then to take this opening frame. Nothing fancy. Just made sure of the black.
67.
Knew he was going to be on this red.
$68.
This is an ominous start for Selt supporters. As mentioned earlier, 4-0 and 4-1. His two previous matches today, Judd Trump.
75. 76.
Just under hit that
82.
one slightly, or over hit it. I think he may have been playing for the red to the middle. Oh, it's a little flick off the black,
83.
and it's still gone in. Incredible. Even when he misses, he pots them.
90. 91.
Well, Judd Trump is currently 7th on the all-time list of century break makers. He made his 443rd career century against Jamie Curtis Barrett earlier on. Tricky yellow to make it 4-4-4 in the first frame here.
His 55th of the season.
100. 103. 107. 112. 112 and the frame.
Superb stuff, a swashbuckling 112 from Judd Trump. Matt Selt had one chance. He overcut a black, and that was the result. 1-0 to the man from Bristol. Welcome back. The referee for this one,
Thank
Monica
you. Second
Salkovska.
frame. Matthew Selt to break.
Let's finish setting them up, and Matthew Selt spent a lot of time in his chair in the opener. That 112 from Trump, where there was at least one possibility where he could have played safe, but he wasn't interested. Just wanted to keep potting balls. And he's got an early opportunity for a long one here. Well, that was a long way out.
Yes, I think he was trying to make sure of missing that red by the black. Again, playing the aggressive safety, coming off the reds thick, opening the reds up, but he has left a red on. But there's pressure on the red. Reds to both corners. That's a good pot from Matt Selt. There was lots of pressure on that. Well, he's had a good look at this pink, but if there's any doubt, he is on the brown or green. Although, if the pink does go, obviously, then is a much easier shot. If you can drop on the red behind the black. Just a little hard for that one, but nothing wrong with this one either. Well, cue ball always looked to be going into that red. He was unfortunate to have left himself straight on that red. And now he's got the similar type of black to the one he missed in the first frame.
It's another pressure pot, and as you say, very similar, opposite pocket, but...
And he's overcut it again. Same shot.
Selt,
same result.
Same result if you can see enough of this red to the middle.
And again, overcut by a considerable margin. It's an incredible shot, isn't it?
Well, you've got to smile, haven't you? What a shot. He could have played for the black there, but chose not to.
Six.
Yeah, could play for the pink or blue here.
Seven. Twelve. 13.
Well, he's been in first in both frames and missed a similar black in both frames.
21.
In the first frame, Trump answered with 112.
$28. 29.
So I've still got
36.
another couple of loose reds.
$37.
Not high enough on the blue to split them. Well, force the angle. And look at that for a shot, and he's finished up on a couple of reds. What an aggressive player this man is.
Well, it didn't look high enough, did it? But he's got tremendous cue power and is just playing with this carefree abandon. He's a little bit quite where he wanted to be on this black. He just underhit that last one slightly, but he just keeps potting them.
It didn't make any difference, does it?
50.
Again, he did so well to hold for this red from such a thin black. Didn't play
51.
the cannon on the pink, and that's why he's not ideally on the blue. He hasn't looked at the blue yet, but blue looks easier for position. Again, this is the black. Overcut it, as David said, by some distance. And you just can't afford to miss when you're in amongst the balls.
54.
Overdone it again for the pink. 46 the lead. Needs another red. Not ideally on this red, to the right corner.
59.
It's another one at mid-range, isn't it? But don't fancy him missing it.
Dead right. And that's
60.
all he needed. The red behind the pink will go. Have a look like missing.
$64.
And could very well be another century.
65.
This is marvellous from Judd Trump. And Matt Selt has missed 2 blacks off the spot. Neither of them were sitters. But you can make a lot more mistakes and not lose a single frame.
71.
Both times it's been costly.
72.
Well, this
79.
is just a delight to watch.
$80.
Third century of the day for Trump and the 445th career century. It's an odds-on certainty
85.
now.
$88.
200 points to 9.
92.
But what can you do when your opponent's at the table scoring like this?
$97.
Easy pink for the ton.
103.
Just unplayable at the moment, Judd Trump. A break of 103. He's not bothered about the black. To add to his 112 in the first frame, he is punishing Matt Selt's every mistake, and he's 2-0 up. You are Ben Wollaston on table 9 has beaten Eden Sharav by 4 frames to 2 to set up a last 32 meeting with John Astley. And Joe Perry has knocked out Jimmy White. He's beaten him 4-2, and Joe Perry will play Jamie Jones for a place in the last 16 as we look at the 2 missed blacks that have lost Matthew Selt the first 2 frames. Both overcut, and both leading to a Trump century. It's been the severest punishment that the man from Romford has had to endure. And he just stepped out of the arena. I'm not quite sure, Joe. Apart from not miss tricky blacks off the spot, I'm not quite sure what he can do about this at the moment.
Well, if he gets his first chance again, like he did in the last 2, we know what he's got to do. He's got to get him before Judd does. Easier said than done. Especially now that he knows how well Trump's playing. kiss could have been worse. Look at the safety. Look how close that cue ball is to the cushion. And that's exactly where he wanted it. Dead on the cushion behind the green. Tap on the table from that Selt. He's my pick for the World Championship this year, Judd Trump. I think he's playing exceptional snooker. And people have played exceptionally well to beat him. But it hasn't fazed him. He's gone into the next tournament and played well in that one as well.
Well, it hasn't fazed him at all, has it? He didn't play in the shootout last week. So this is his first day of action, so to speak, since he lost 9-8 to Stuart Bingham, the match we just showed you the conclusion of before we started here. And I mean, you'd know better than most, Joe, that defeats in finals can leave scars. And a particularly agonising 9-8 defeat as well, but he's been in lethal form today, admittedly against opponents you'd be expected to beat.
7.
But he's been outstanding, but that one has just gone awry.
Well, he's just short of the baulk line, so that the yellow is on. But that's why I think is my tip for the World Championship, because he has put them defeats behind him. He has come back and played well in tournaments. He hasn't let it bother him.
9.
Not too much anyway. And that's a sign of a real true champion, that they can forget about those defeats even though they hurt.
$17.
And I was thinking of screwing into the pack, but that's a dangerous positional shot to play. You're not forced to finish on a colour.
18.
Just slightly the wrong side of the blue, but shouldn't be too difficult. This red to the right corner, the way he's cueing.
23. 24.
Stun run through. I think the red above and to the right of the black will go to the same pocket. And wanted to leave an angle on this red, but this is a little bit too much.
31.
This is missable. He played it there on purpose to open more reds up. Didn't work out as well as he wanted.
32.
Well, I think he's on the blue.
He's on the black as well, but he just wanted that cue ball to come back a little further, and he's switched to right-handed for this tough black. Oh, can you believe it?
There's nothing safe. As you said, I was looking
39.
wrongly looking at the blue. It was on the black as well, and to play it with your other hand and just not even give it a second thought. He is full of confidence. But
he's missed
the
one.
machine has broken down.
I think that last shot that he played on the black even surprised him, because he did so well to screw off the two cushions to hold for that red. That would have been a good shot for a natural right-hander.
This is the first safety battle of any note during this match.
Yes, and not a good one by Trump. Caught the reds too thick. Left a half chance for Selt, but a lot of pressure on this. Great pot.
One.
That's a great pot. After what's been thrown at him.
It's imperative that Selt won that safety battle and started potting some balls.
Six.
Well, I think he played for the two reds to the left of the black. I think he played for the one nearest the left corner. But he's held it too well. Wanted that cue ball another 3 or 4 inches. And it's been nicely on the red. That's another good recovery shot.
Seven.
Cue ball needs to hold up. Excellent pot.
Eleven. 12.
That couldn't have landed any better. Now a chance to get rid of these two reds. That is stopping the black going into that left corner pocket.
19. 20.
It's a very good chance for Selt.
Yeah, just one awkward red. That one close to this black cushion. Oh, and then he misses the black off the spot.
Selt 20.
That's just a lapse of concentration. That's not pressure. That's just not taking enough care. Well, I fancied him to clear the table there, win the frame, especially the way he was cueing. Started off with a good red, then played that good recovery shot. And then misses a sitter.
6.
Yeah, that was a sitter, wasn't it, that time?
7.
And there's a huge amount of pressure, isn't there, when your opponent's in such devastating form. When you do get a chance, you've got to take it. But that black was one that you'd never miss in practice, and
13.
looks a formality that Trump will make it 3-0.
40.
Currently 13 in front. And 19 ahead, and 43 on.
20. 21.
Yes, a very costly miss from Selt, who was going so well. And that would have put him right back in the game at 2-1.
Of course, it was 39 ahead and
27.
43 on. And I said 19. So into the snooker's required stage, and well, that red hasn't gone down.
Judd Trump, 27.
Selt comes to the table 46 behind, with only 35 on. Three snookers needed. Tall order.
Well, that's a good one. Every chance of a free ball if he misses this one. And funnily enough, if he does leave a free ball and he can get a black off it, he could win.
Well, there's the miss. And
Might be set 4. Free ball.
there's the free ball.
And he can pop the black. Can't have it replaced because Trump needed snookers. It's got to be worth... It's a tough pot, the black, but it's got to be worth taking it on. It's got the added bonus of
Black
being
ball.
on the black if it does go in. Now, if that had have gone in, Selt would have been in a pretty good position. He could have won by 1. This looks good.
Ryan Day has just made it through to the last 32. He's beaten Michael Holt by 4 frames to 2. And advancing to meet Luca Brissell in that last 32 clash for a place in the last 16 here on Sunday.
Frame
Frame
conceded.
frame Judd trump.
Well, that's the end of that. Selt had a good opportunity to counter in that frame. He was on 20, and then he missed a very simple black off the spot, and Trump did the rest. He's 3-0 up. He needs just one more against that man, Matthew Selt.
Thank you, frame 4. Matthew Selt to break.
Centuries in the first 2 frames. Nothing of the like in the third, but still comprehensively won by Trump.
Yes, it's been a case of 3 missed blacks off the spot. It's cost him 3 frames. That's Selt, that is.
Trump asking referee Monika Solkowska to clean the white. He's only lost 1 frame all day so far, Judd Trump, and he's won 11.
Well, that would have been some shot had it gone in, but here's a chance for Matt Selt. This wasn't far away at all. Got the cannon perfectly onto the red.
One.
Nicely round for this red, to
5.
the right of the pink. Always knew he was going to be on that red by the baulk line. Not finished nicely on it.
Six.
I think he's lost the cue ball. He could have played for the black there. I'm surprised why he didn't play for the black. Probably thought the pink was easier to get to the next red from. Not
Green
happy.
ball. Matthew Selt 6.
Blank with the cue ball. Tap on the table from Trump.
Yes, a good length on the cue ball from Trump. Although he's pushed this red to the right corner because he's got the cue ball close to the cushion. It makes this red really tough. And yeah, because the cue ball was going into the pack of reds, that could be his last shot.
It was just made so much more difficult with where the cue ball was, and as Joe said, where the cue ball may end up, and that has gone badly wrong.
Yeah, he was trying to come back across the table for the black into the same pocket. I thought he would have played for the pink into the right middle. That was absolutely guaranteed. But who can and tell Trump how to play.
Well, you can hardly blame him pushing the boat out, how
Judd,
well he's
Trump one.
playing, but there's a bit of a wild one there.
Only wild because he missed it, David. Had it gone in, it would have been an unbelievable shot.
One.
So the red's nicely spread. He's in again.
Paris will be joining us shortly. I will give you a count to pause as soon as I hear them.
Good red to take this, taking the red away from the black spot. Just in case he does get onto the black
4.
at some stage. It's now free.
Nine. Ten.
Spend a minute in Paris joining us.
Seventeen.
Seconds to Paris.
18.
Seconds to pause, please. 5, 4,
24.
2, 1, and pause.
25.
And cue.
Well, this break of 25 that Matt Selt is on is highest of the match. If you have just joined us, Trump racing into a 3-0 lead with the help of breaks of 112 and 103.
32.
Selt has missed a black off the spot in each of the first 3 frames. 2 of them were tricky. The third one straightforward, but each one ended up costing him dearly.
33.
But he's looking good here.
He was looking good in the last frame when he missed the black as simple as this one. Pink's available to the right corner.
40. 41. 47. 48.
So just this black needed, and they will have pulled the frame back. snookers. Make sure of the black. Well, that's a terrible positional shot.
55.
Just one snooker needed.
He got down to play that pretty quickly. He was
Matthew
delighted
Selt,
to
55.
have made a good break and got to the snooker's required stage, but I think disgusted with his shot there.
And it's not over yet. If he can get to this red, and he can,
1.
the red behind the black is in a good position for a snooker. So if he can take those 2 free loose reds, this game might not be over yet. Doesn't have
8.
to take the black.
9.
Will that 55
16.
from Selt be enough?
Well, wants to finish
17.
high on the red here, on this red. He wants to be able to stun him behind the black. And that looks just about right.
24.
Doesn't want the red to finish close to the cushion. Well, this is a problem of Matt Selt making.
24.
And every chance of a free ball
Well,
if he
every
misses
chance
it.
of a free ball, and you know, he's almost not favourite for the frame now. It's not the
What he's
easiest
got to
one
play,
hit.
what he's got to play here, David, is he's got to play to hit the red, obviously. But if he misses it, this is the poor positional shot that he played to leave himself touching those reds. So easy to have played for that loose red. He just thought he was home dry, and you're never home dry until your opponent says game over. So I was about to say that he goes for this red, but if he misses it, he hasn't got to leave a colour on. And the way he's playing it here, if he misses the red, the green will be on. Unless he plays it hard, bringing the cue ball in and out of baulk. That's a dangerous way to play it, because if he misses it, he leaves the free ball, and it was game over. If you're going to play it that way, play it hard so that you don't leave the free ball and the red's not on. But he's hit the red, and that's the best thing that could have happened for him.
Just having to play the swerve here. Well executed. And he's that flick on the pink.
Frame conceded.
No,
frame
Trump's
Matthew
had
Selt.
enough. Not interested. He needed a snooker. Selt fluked one. And Trump not interested in trying to get out of it, so concedes the frame, get on with the next one. Selt pulls back to 3-1.
Well, because he could have attempted to hit the red, and if he'd have left it on, you know, okay, he can concede then. But, I mean, at least attempt to hit the red. It's only one snooker. I mean, he could have hit the red and fluked a snooker. You know, you may as well play the shot, but to give in and not play the shot, I don't get it.
Yeah. As you say, he could have tried to get out of it, and if he misses it or he sticks it up, then...
He could always concede then, couldn't he? But he probably just wants to get on with the next one. So confident in his ability that if he gets a chance, he feels like he can win at one visit.
Thank you, frame 5. Judd trump to break.
Great to have that confidence. But games can turn around. I've seen it many, many times. If this goes in, for example, he knocks in a big break, all of a sudden, 3-2, it's a different game. They have to start going in for Selt. Well, 2 loose reds to play for, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go into them.
Yeah, 2 loose reds, but a nice inviting angle to smash into the pink.
6.
He's under-hit that one by a long way. Can still pot the blue, but should have been easier than this. Made it look easy. Black only goes to the left corner.
12.
Wanted a thicker kiss on the red to hold him top side of the black, but a little cannon to the reds to hold for that red to the right corner, and this time he can finish high on it, which would mean he could play for the red behind the black.
21.
Again, careless a little bit on that last red,
28.
not to finish higher on the black. It's made this red a little bit more difficult.
29.
You wouldn't know it. Trump's safety game nowadays is excellent. Cannon the wrong red, but still on a red to the middle.
$37.
It does look like it could be curtains for Matt Selt and his supporters here.
Well,
42.
anxious looks there from Matt Selt, because he looks like he has overrun his position for the 2 reds to the left corner. It's a little bit more difficult, but still expect him to pop this and get on the black, or the blue,
Or the pink.
or even pink.
43. 49. $50.
And nicely on this red, just behind the pink.
52.
And could very well be another century, this.
53.
Well, he was one of the favourites for this JoJo bet. Gibraltar Open before the start of the day. His performance in 3 matches has done nothing to
60.
dissuade those that fancied him for the title.
$61.
So this pink and one more red to complete a stylish 4-1 win.
Oh, that last shot he played was a delightful
67.
little cannon that he played to stay on the pink to the middle. And as David said, just this.
68.
And he's won in style, there's no doubt about that.
David, just to let you know, we'll be coming off air with a promo
74.
for tomorrow's play. I'll give you a 20-second count to on there.
75.
Well, Matt Selt has made a few mistakes. He was in the 3rd frame and missed an easy black off the spot. He won the 4th with the help of a run of 55, but just about
81.
every mistake he's made has been leapt upon by this
82.
man.
And it just shows you how fast it was. It's 5 frames in just over an hour. Tremendous snooker from this man, especially.
$89.
Just the small matter of whether or not Trump can record his 3rd century of the match, and his 4th of the day.
$96.
Mentioned earlier, he's 8th on the all-time list, and should he complete
97.
the job here with this blue, he'll be 1 behind Marco Fu. And there we have it.
100.
3rd century of the match, 7th, I should say, on the all-time list. 1 century behind Marco Fu,
104.
who sits in 6th spot in the record books.
107.
And this match consigned to those record books now. A thoroughly dominant win from Judd Trump.
111.
He's won 12 frames today. He's only lost 2. And what a treat it's been to watch him.
116.
And that's what the crowd love. Those exhibition shots.
122.
Look at this.
120.
Brilliant.
Frame of the match.
Outstanding. Matt Selt shakes Judd Trump's hand, says well done. He managed